morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. I hope you're having an awesome day. My name is Leticia. Welcome to the channel. And I have a hair in my mouth because I have a cat. Well, that's not what this video is about, believe me. Starting well. So today we're actually not talking about makeup. No, today and for quite some time I was thinking about like doing a little more content on fashion. I really love it very much, and I've been thinking a lot about like my wardrobe, what I've been wanting. I've been watching a lot of channels related to fashion. Honestly, I probably watched more in the past, but anyways, I started watching a new one, which is Politics and Fashion. It's more like a luxury kind of fashion channel, and she has a really cool approach to fashion. But she kind of inspired me to think again about capsule wardrobe, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. Basically, I thought about capsule wardrobe a lot in the past. I wouldn't say I really tried a capsule wardrobe. It's more like I used to accidentally do capsule wardrobes, like weekly or bi-weekly capsules with my bigger wardrobes, just so I didn't have to every day like think about this, like what I was gonna wear. I had like, I don't know, 5, 6, I don't know how many, doesn't matter, couple of like pieces that I would like rotate until I had to do laundry, because I tend to do laundry on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis. So I would have like those clothes in which I would like be rotating from on. I would be rotating and using, and that would automatically create a small curated capsule wardrobe for me. And I like that idea, but I always had so much stuff. Like if you didn't see my video, I had a video that I talked a little bit about my story. I'm gonna link up here. But basically, I was a compulsive shopper, I think. I don't know, kind of. It wasn't the worst case, but I would safely said I was. And I had so much stuff. I decluttered so many times. Like when I say declutter, I would like declutter half of my wardrobe, and I would still have so much stuff, and I still have so much stuff. I've consumed a lot of content about fashion, about capsule wardrobe, about personal color analysis, body types, and all of that. And I can safely say I know a lot about that, but I have a huge difficulty of actually doing something about it. And I've been thinking about it, and I suppose, like, my theory is that because I have so much stuff, but I also have a lot of a huge sustainable environmental side of myself, I kind of feel guilty about buying more because I already have a lot. So that actually it's not being productive, I think, because the thing is, I have a lot of clothes that may have been a mistake, or they may have been used a lot already, but they don't serve me anymore. But I have this block that I can't give them up because they're still good and I love them, or they're just good and they are perfectly good pieces. Why don't I use them? And I keep them on my wardrobe, but they don't make me happy and I don't use them. They're just there. And I know that this is a common mistake, but at the same time, I don't really want to buy something else. Like I want to, but I feel guilty about doing that. So that's a problem right now. Like, of course, I want to save money. I want to do what's better for the environment, but I also want to feel happy and content with my wardrobe, feel like it expresses myself, it helps me, actually makes me feel good. And I have a very small amount of pieces that actually make me feel like that. So I'm starting this journey now. Officially, I will actually go through with it. So I took the WoW Wonder Wardrobe course, which is like basically I think it's Daria. Her name is Daria. She's a personal stylist. She's a personal stylist, and she has a course. It's a really good one. I took it, I think, last year or the year before. I went through it all, understood, great, did my homework, and put nothing to use. Like it, I started and I left it, and I think that's why. Like, so I'm gonna show you what I developed, like in my first plan, like 1-2 years ago when I took this course first time, and I'm gonna talk and explain a little bit about it. Basically, you don't have to, but you can be inspired about something, and those are the paintings that inspired me. Some of them are Matisse paintings, some are not. I can link the name of the painters for you. But basically, is this idea of like those cold, because I'm a deep winter, so is this idea of like those cold, deep, bright tones and some pastels, so to like have a big contrast. So we have like bright but dark tones and bright but very light tones, which is a contrast that I like a lot on me, and mostly cold. And I've been in love actually with like these reds and pinks and these greens, a little bit of lilac, a little bit of blue, and that's it. And I really love it, and that inspired like heavily my color palette. So as you can see here, my color palette is like the neutrals that I use most. So it's white, this cream of white, dark charcoal gray, navy, and black, and then most like playful, like this dark red, burgundy red, this pink, and also red, like as an accent color, and this dark pine green, this lighter medium green, light green, light blue, light lilac, and maybe a little darker pink here too. Like this contrast between pink and red, I really love it, and green and red. And then I played a little bit like what would be my tops, my bottoms. I played a lot about like how would these colors match, combine, and like as you can see, I think like most of them like match very well. And here, like because I started to sew, I started to want like make my own clothes, obviously, and I tried to like draw it myself and imagine like how would that fit, like. But then I started to, I think I made a mistake because I was thinking about my clothes just like the clothes I'm sewing, like if they were a capsule themselves. I did try to choose like fabrics that I liked and match my coloring, but I think you could have done a better job, because basically like what happened is that I like them, but they don't really integrate, I feel like, in my wardrobe, like. But that's also because I feel like my wardrobe right now, it's basically not matching me anymore, and I'm gonna talk a little more about it. So here you see like that's my current wardrobe, which is not really true. I would say like I have a lot of small accent colors all over because I like color, but this is the gross, the bulk of my wardrobe. Most of my wardrobe are in these colors, which is not very distant from what I want, but right now, like, I'm abstracting away all the other colors, like the ones that I have like only one color on my wardrobe, like I have one burnt orange or one. I'm abstracting the wrong colors, like very warm colors too. I'm not putting them here. So if I took out all of those, it would be half of my wardrobe already. And then I tried separating fall and winter and spring and summer, but you see, like, for me it's also a mistake. I also don't think that makes sense for me because I'm a person that likes very flexible clothing. Most of my clothing pieces I wear throughout all the year. that's the reason, like, it's me staying outside and I have a tank top on. I just like throw jeans shirt on over. It's good enough to stay inside. I don't like having very, very, very specific, like too many specific clothings for a season. It made sense in Brazil for summer, because summer there was like hotter than here and longer than here. And it makes sense here for cold weather, I suppose, in Canada. Like, you have to have some coats, but like, honestly, one coat is more than enough. I figured like is the only coat I have to go outside, and that's fine. Every day I can use the same coat because it's enough. And as it turns out, from all these years, I haven't been using any sweaters, because for me, I'm already heating up with a tank top inside my house. So it's like I have a drawer full of sweaters that I don't use. I tend to reach for flexible clothing, so it's jeans throughout the whole year. The only difference is that, like in summer, high summer here, I can't use jeans because I'm always hot. So then I change for skirts and shorts and dresses. But then throughout the other 3 seasons, I use jeans. So it's like, really, it's not that much difference. Like, I can't, like, most of my clothing, the bulk of it works for most of the seasons. I don't change completely my wardrobe like some people talk about the capsule. So it also doesn't make sense to change completely my colors, because they have to all work together. For me, that's what makes sense for me. What I discovered, it makes sense for me. So basically, like, there are many examples in the course. I think it's a very good course. Capsule Wardrobe, the Wonder Wardrobe, WOW course. And then for a lot of work, I took photos from all my clothing. I cleaned them like in Photoshop to match them together. And those that you're seeing here are some of my most used pieces, or were back then, or that I ideally wanted to use more. And you see, they match well. Like, it ends up that most of the pieces that I like in my wardrobe, or in the past I used to like and used to wear more, are all neutrals. That says something about what I should buy, I suppose. Even though I really love color, it's easier for me and I feel good using neutrals most of the time. So this is cool. Like, I'm combining like lots of my most loved clothing and some of my utopic clothing here. But in the end, if you ask me, did you actually use these combinations? No, not at all. Like, some of them, of course, like some of those jeans, I use them like 1/4 of the year, like a lot. I actually have those numbers, and they are high. They are like 50 times. But like, if I look back now, those are a lot of sweaters. I think I used those 2 times in 1 year. I'm serious about that. Like, some of the shirts, I didn't have to go outside. I don't like shirts, t-shirt. I don't like shirts like this. Like, in other people's capsule wardrobes, they fit well. For me, I don't like stiff fabrics. Most of shirts are stiff fabrics. I like very, very soft and comfortable fabrics, woven or knits. So like some of those I used to use a lot of when I was working, because they were very soft, like those 3 in the bottom. But right now, for me, they don't make any sense. I don't reach for them. That's not part of my core style. Coats, I don't need them. If I don't even need sweaters. Why do I need coats inside my house? Don't need them. Most of this I don't use anymore. One is not even mine. I'm just like thinking about buying another one. Yeah, the jeans and skirts, well, I use those a lot. Like, you see the one with the strike is because I use it so much that it ripped. Can't use it anymore, throwing it away. Yeah, I don't need many shoes. I use them all the time, the same ones. It's perfect for me. This is like a wishful thinking, like think the silhouettes I want, the colors I want. Did I do that? No, I didn't buy those because I didn't want to spend my money, and I think that holds me back sometimes. And I did an analysis about my uniforms, like what is the type of silhouette I like, types of things I like. Pinterest, I have a whole board in Pinterest that I can link here. You can see like down, up, I don't know. So some inspirations for fall, winter, color, that I want more color in my wardrobe. I don't think like I have enough color in my wardrobe, but like conscious color, not like accident colors that I actually like. I have cool pieces in those colors and I can color block and mix and match. I really miss that. And neutrals like that, love it, love it. Yeah, some other examples here. I was like desperately trying to look for examples of like real winter clothing, because when you look for winter inspiration clothing, you see people with like sandals and you're like, aha, maybe in, you know, the Ecuador, but like not in Canada. In Canada, maybe if you're inside your house with heating, but not outside. So yeah, even though like those looks, it was like a very rough inspiration, because I don't wear those colors. Like it's very, most of them are very colorful for me and wrong colors. Like I don't wear like light boots. I like the black boots. I don't like the cream boots. They are not like, I would like to be that person. I'm not feeling like that. Like I don't look like that. And therefore, like if you are not feeling or whatever and you like the looks of the cream boots, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, like, when I'm looking myself in the mirror, I don't like it. It's not who I am. I would like to be. I'm not. So that's not. So those are just rough inspirations. Like, how many layers do I need, or what type of pieces can I combine? But those are not very close as the other slides were. And yeah, so this is more uniforms, like variations on uniforms, and other types of like silhouettes, inspirations. Most is for fall and winter, because that's kind of my favorite clothes, because those are the seasons where you can actually layer in, like, wear many pieces of clothing. Because in summer, at least for me, I can't wear many clothing. Like, the less clothing, the better, because I sweat like crazy. So it doesn't really inspire me very much. So yeah, those are my inspirations. So basically, when I was analyzing all of this, what did I take out of this? I talk about my colors. I think like those are the colors that I still like, and I'm gonna show you now the beginning of my new inspiration. I worked on my board. I tried to be very concise, only some looks, so I wouldn't get like very overwhelmed. Just like looks that actually had, what I had was different from the other looks that I had there. So something about it, like the silhouette items, the combinations, or something about that look, like for example, that is a representation of the monochromatic look or something like that. So here you can see like mostly is the same paintings, is the same vibe. There are some other paintings in my Pinterest board that I'm gonna link here. But this is my color palette so far. There's like a green there that I'm like, it doesn't fit, but I don't know if I want it. So I'm going to leave it open, because I don't know what I'm gonna find, what I'm actually gonna like. So it's very little so far that I have. Most things we already like talked, but basically like the color stays the same, the inspiration is the same, so I know it's something very close to my core, like something very close to what I actually like. So basically my sewing, so I think my sewing got in the way, because I kind of like did it totally separate from my actual wardrobe. So that is a problem, because now they don't connect very well. So like it kind of demotivates me, because I want to sew, but if I sew something, I really want to use it, and I use it a lot. I do have that information because of my spreadsheet. So it kind of like doesn't match. My wardrobe is like, it's a capsule itself, but is that what I want? That means that my wardrobe that I have right now doesn't match me anymore. And that's one of the important points that I had to do, like that I want to do and make in this video, is that in the end my life went through a big transformation. So I change countries, I change houses, I change weather, I change profession. Everything changed. I changed a lot. My wardrobe is still the same. Like, of course, I bought some pieces, but not enough. Like, my wardrobe is all there because I feel guilty about throwing away good pieces or like doing anything else, and they are there and like they're good. I still can use it, and I do use it sometimes, but it's like most of the time those pieces don't really make me feel good, and that's what I want to change. And I'm saying here right now so you can hold me accountable. I'm actually going to do something about it, and that's another video, the next video that I want to do. It's actually going through my wardrobe and relentlessly not holding back, getting rid of what I don't want to visualize in my next wardrobe. That's not what I want. So I had my Pinterest board for the new year 22, the whole 22 board, and I'm going to look through it all, make a list of all the pieces that I want. Doesn't matter if I have or if I don't. And then I'm going to check in my wardrobe, like what I do have that I want to keep because they make me happy, or want to incorporate, maybe add to the list, maybe not, maybe they're already there, I don't know. I'm going to go through it all, and I'm going to go through like trying it all, and I'm going to document that in a video. And that's it. I want a new wardrobe. I mean, I am 33 years old in a profession, in a new country. I think I deserve it. I will do my best to redirect those clothes, maybe clothing that I'm not keeping. So maybe I will use in sewing projects. Maybe I will sell them. Maybe I will just donate them. I will try to minimize the donation because I know that most of the donations actually throwing away. That's not like what I ultimately want, but that will happen. But the thing is, just having a bunch of clothes that I'm also not using in my wardrobe is not helping anyone. It's basically the same thing because I'm already not using them. I am very conscious about what I buy, so I will try not to feel guilty about it because honestly I shouldn't, but you know, it's hard to control your brain after you try to reprogram your brain not to do that, not to shop and feel guilty, and now like no, I can't feel guilty. So yeah, I have to reprogram here, and that's it. Let me know if you like it, if you enjoy this video. It's new type of video and if you go through the same struggles, like do your clothes make you feel good? Do they fit your lifestyle? Do you fit you well? Do you love them? Do they make you feel like $1,000,000? Because that's how I want my wardrobe to feel, make me feel every day. What do you think about that? To the next one. Thank you. Bye.